I'm Dan Soder.
And I'm Big J. Okerson, and welcome to the Bonfire Podcast. You can hear our full show every day on SiriusXM.
Go to SiriusXM.com/bonfire for a special offer.
And now, the Bonfire with Big J. Okerson and Dan Soder.
The cause is free. Welcome back to the Bonfire. I'm Dan Soder. That's Big J. Okerson. Our guest, you can check him out on Fitzdog Radio. He's also going to be at Bananas in New Jersey August 6th and 7th and Buffalo Rose in Golden, Colorado.
One of my favorite comics to watch live.
Yeah, one of the funniest dudes ever. Please welcome to the show, Greg Fitzsimmons. What do you think? What do you think that Cosby's out?
You're here on a glorious day.
Just Cause. That's going to be his new special. Just Cause.
Just Cause.
Just Cause. He's just, man, sitting down and killing for a fucking hour. I was saying to Jay, what if he came out of jail with just a fucking tight hour?
Tight hour. Yeah, it'd be like his Johnny Cash special, the prison hour.
I think if he just takes off his sweater after one of the shows and he's got Max Cady tattoos all over him.
Yeah, you're like, oh my God. Oh my God.
The scales of justice. That's the scales of justice on my back, and when I move my back, it goes zipping and zapping.
I've got a couple dictators. I got Mussolini over on my rib cage. I had a lot of work done.
His cellmate is slumped face down with his pants around his ankles. Yeah. What happened? Where did he go?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, ever since Cos left, I haven't been sleeping as good.
I
miss him. I miss Bill. Yeah, man. What did you think when everyone kind of found out at the same time. We were talking about there was no prep that this was going to happen. It just happened.
I know. I hadn't heard that this was up for debate, but it sort of feels like when OJ got free, in a sense, it's a victory that a black man can pervert justice the same way a white guy can if he's rich enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
It does. I gotta say, Bill Cosby getting out of jail, score one for whites. Am I right? Or am I right?
But
takes a little of the heat off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
what about Bill Cosby got out?
He got out. Oh no! Did I break that? Oh, thank God. Yeah, man, him getting out of that should just be an Amex card commercial where they're like, you got enough money, you can get out of everything.
Take it with you everywhere.
Oh, especially don't wake up without it. Wink. Let me shut my fall guy. Dude, now waking up to Bill Cosby is a nightmare with that fucking the way his face just stopped working.
If you open your eyes and see his eyes are already open, you might think he died with his eyes open because he's got those kind of eyes. He's got when they found Chris Tucker dead and Dead President's eyes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he drugs you, and the question is, which one of you is actually going to not wake up here?
Yeah, here you go. We went together. You show up at the pearly gates the same time as him?
Yeah.
Nothing happened, sweetheart. I couldn't figure out my pants buckles with the zips and the zaps and the boops and the straps. And the
well, can we forget that it was an attempted rape and more look at it as a mutual nap?
Yeah. Hello, sweetheart. Don't worry. Nothing happened. I couldn't get it up because of the thing and my holding the chemistry and my body and the zooping.
We'll just call this a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, dude. They can't always. You don't swing at every pitch. Yeah. That's what I've learned throughout all my years.
You still get the part, and you got yourself a couple of REM cycles.
Not a bad couch. Does your neck hurt at all? Lower back. It's a good couch. Yeah, man. I don't know. It's kind of crazy to think the Cosby story went away. It was just like, he's going to be in jail probably till he dies.
Well, he was sentenced to 3 to 10 years, and he did 3 years. So this was the minimum on his sentence.
He's absolutely got to use that in every teachable moment that he has in real life. He goes, the 3 years I did in a maximum security prison.
Dude, did we ever ask you, Greg, about your time working for Ellen? You might not be able to say anything at all. But
that's a world record that the Ellen question didn't come up in. It was
No, I was gonna say I only brought it up because a friend of ours worked there. Said at the same time as you were working there also, and she was just she only has like personal stories, but she's always like it was pretty rough.
Who's that?
Michelle Went.
Oh yeah, it was. What's weird is when it started. I was excited because I always thought Ellen was a good comic, like she really was a strong stand-up comic.
Yeah,
and so when I heard she had a show, I was like, yes, try to get me on that. So then they brought me in, and she was so grateful to have another shot that she was actually really humble and nice, and it was like teamwork. And then as soon as we started winning Emmys, it was like everything changed.
Really? Was it a gradual or an instant? Was it like the second Emmy knocked everything weird, or?
It was, well, first of all, I should say I'm in a non-disclosure agreement, so I literally I talked on Stern about her one time, and I got a call about it later that day from my lawyer.
Damn, don't worry. Down on this channel, they won't find you.
They won't care.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
When she won Emmys, everything changed. Her head shrunk, her ears got bigger, and that was the beginning of the end.
She started sniffing around the lady folk right around
that. Yeah. Oh my God! I knew success makes you gay.
Actually, I think it kind of does. Like, you look at like David Bowie and Mick Jagger, when they fucked, they got famous first. They were like, they got tired of all the pussy that was coming at them. Listen, they had 3-ways, 4-ways.
I don't fault them. If you've tried every flavor of ice cream, why not try some Froyo? Froyo might have a different taste. Might be a little sherbety.
It's got to be insulting to be the last pussy you fuck before you go,
Bank David
I'm just going to try some gay stuff, dude, because I got to be honest, I'm getting so bored of pussy. Same old. Just to be that last girl that was like, that was wonderful. And he goes, Was it
wonderful?
I don't know if it was wonderful. It was the same as the other one.
You know what else would be wonderful? The way my dick used to get hard for women. Now it does for David Bowie. Oh, David. That must have been a fun conversation. Bowie and Mick, and they're like, we fucked everybody except each other.
Did you ever see the Shreds video, Greg, of where they take the music, the actual music, out of Dancing in the Streets with Bowie and Mick Jagger, and it just looks like a gay love fest?
It's hilarious. I fucking love that. It's just
you just hear the claps very loud.
The squeaks of the shoes.
Would you? I mean, that's the big question. There's two different kinds of guys. There's guys that would have sex with Mick Jagger, and there's guys, and I'm not talking now. I'm talking primetime Mick. Yes or no?
I'll take him 2020 COVID restrictions. No, I don't think so. I think I'd probably rather. I'm desperate more for love. So I would probably just want to be his friend.
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking both those guys might have just been gay, or in the genuine sense of the word, bisexual. Because I got to say, I know those guys, before they jumped from pussy boredom to gay sex, they did skip over on betting obese women, maybe just some fetishy women in general. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that would have been great. Like 75 to 78 was Jagger's chubby chaser years.
Yeah, or older women. They definitely didn't try everything. They expelled everything in that scene.
There was some unopened doors in the advent calendar for those guys. There was royalty. They never fucked royalty.
Yeah,
like a nice old princess that lives in fucking Scotland.
Oh, they could have got some Denmark queen to bang out. And they were like, that was fun.
Yeah,
I got to go.
They didn't open every door. That's what I'm saying. It's like, hey, Mick, you want to have sex with a fat girl tonight? And he was like, I'd rather fuck you. And they went,
I'd rather fuck you too.
I'd rather fuck you.
But I'd rather fuck you.
Well, I'd rather fuck you.
I think we should probably fuck right now. We're dancing in the street.
Before you know it, we're wearing unnecessarily thin trench coats and dancing in the street.
Calling out to another boy I want to kiss.
Yeah, I think in that CBGB movie or something, Iggy Pop did that with somebody. Maybe it was the guy who ran CBGBs or something, and he was like, do you want to suck my, or can I suck your dick or something like that? He's like, what, dude? Stop kidding around. He's like, I've already fucked every girl in here, so why don't you let me suck your dick? Like,
Jesus.
I don't follow the logic.
Weird.
And no one ever says that. They just take off their giant belt that's not even through belt loops and just get down to it. They get right down to it.
Yeah, it is weird that Bowie's next collaboration was with Queen.
Oh
What's his
yeah.
name?
Oh yeah. It was Under Pressure.
Pressure.
Yeah.
He was like, "Hey,
Right.
fuck it. Why not a guy with an open one, huh? Let's party."
Yeah, Bowie
Yeah.
collaborated with a lot of people. Bowie, yeah, he fucking. I mean, they had him like linked to so many fucking people. I wonder if he like guested on your shit at all. If you're a friend of his at all, if you had to answer a lot of questions like that.
You're like, "Did you fuck him?"
Like, did you guys stay at Bowie's last night? Yeah, we stayed all weekend. He goes, I bet you did. I bet you fucking did. And it's like, no, not like that. We just hung out.
But
He
then
goes,
it gets real when he dies. They call you. They're like, "Are you okay?" You're like, "Dude, I told you. I did a song with the guy, and it was the afternoon."
That's why Iman has been with him forever. You either got to stay single forever or be with the same woman. Iman's got stories, dude. She's walked in on all kinds of crazy.
Oh, smells,
yeah,
views.
I promise you, even before he died, David Bowie, he looked at her one last time and just says, like, please don't let my children find out anything about what I did.
Do you, Greg, your sons are like grown now, right? They're in college?
Well, I have a son and a daughter. My son's in college. Or I should say I'm paying $30,000 a year while he sits in the garage on a fucking laptop and jerks off.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's learning nothing.
My daughter's in online college, and just I don't even know what to say to reprimand it. She's 18, but like she's just openly admitting to like we all kind of cheat through it and do whatever. You can just kind of look everything up, and it's right. And I think she even says the teachers are like, yeah, you're just gonna cheat, so like cheat.
Right.
Just who cares? Just look it
And
all
what
up.
is it with like kids? And I know you and your daughter have a probably more open relationship in terms of what you tell each other than any father-daughter I know. But like,
Or
it
should
just
have.
seems like, well, that's what I mean. Like, my son tells me everything, and it's like, dude, don't tell me fucking you're cheating. Don't tell me that you're high all the time. I don't want to know that shit. Like, pretend I'm your father, and like, let me go through life just blissfully ignorant a little bit, you know?
No, I definitely understand that. No, we're not. Like, my daughter she did tell me when she smoked pot, like, especially as of being 18 years old.
Yeah.
She went, but I mean, she definitely did like, she waited. I was in Austin, Texas with her for a couple days, and I came home a few days before her. Second I left, she got tattoos. Like, immediately. Immediately. And, so, but she comes home, but it's the same thing where it's like she got him. My instinct is to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Come on. Like, don't get to. But you're just like, okay. Just like, make decisions with them. Don't just get things that are shitty. I made those mistakes. So I do try to talk to her through that stuff for sure. But it is still like.
It's really hard when you've lived the kind of life that we've led, and yours is darker than mine. But I wrote a book about, getting a girl to go to the prom with me by promising her an 8-ball of blow and getting arrested a million times. And so they read the book. And from that point on, from when they were 14 on, it was like, Dad, you woke up in a fucking preschool with a fucking bong next to your head. You got arrested. And so this is no big deal. And so I have no recourse. And so
that is the thing. My daughter is aware of like my comedy. She's seen it enough at this point now. And with it, so it's like, you are right. It's also the thing. That's what I'm saying. So even with her saying that her and the other kids are figuring it out this way in school and whatever it is they're doing, I'm just like, she hasn't even pulled yet the full on like, you didn't go to college and you're doing fine. So the fact she's even in college still, I'm like, great. Sure.
Yeah.
Just get grades.
Man, talking about when you were getting that book deal, you didn't think that thing was going to haunt you with your children for the rest of your life.
It was like publishing my diary. When you're writing it, you're like, I'm going to write a real book. This is going to be one of those comedian writes a fucking memoir and it's a bunch of short stories and stuff. It was like, I'm going to really like open up and tell the most embarrassing stories of my life. And so I did, and then it came out, and like one of the stories was about going into the brambles in Boston, in the Fenway, to blow a guy, to see if I would, like just as a dare to myself. Not that I was gay, but it was my David Bowie phase.
Yeah.
And so I wandered.
It was glam. It was your glam time.
Yeah, I put on a little eyeliner and some bell bottoms, and I walked in, and I didn't know how it would work. I just kind of like wandered in. And it was dark, and there was shadows, and it was fucking scary. And And I was like, I'm gonna suck a dick. I'm gonna suck a dick. And so then this guy pops out behind a tree, and he walks up to me, and I'm like, all right, I guess this is the guy. And he unzips his fly, and he pulls out his shaft, and I look at it, and then he reaches in and he pulls his balls out. Like button is still buttoned. Just the fly.
So he got the dick and then the balls both through the zipper.
Through the zipper, one at a time or three at a time. And then
so that guy didn't have a nice hang. You wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that if he didn't have a nice hang. It squeezes everything up too much.
Yeah, it's traffic.
Yeah. And so I just looked at it, and I was like, nope, not feeling it, no inclination. And I got scared, and I pushed him, and he fell down. And then he got up, and he ran into the woods with his dick flopping around, and I just stumbled out of the woods like, well, guess I'm not gay.
Yeah, I got evidence. I pushed a man down and his nuts hit the ground.
I just didn't suck a dick. That's how I know.
Yeah. I walked right up to the edge and I turned around.
Yeah. How do I know I'm not gay? Because I just didn't suck a dick.
Yeah, and I
How
kept.
do I know I'm not gay? I'm a gay basher.
Yeah,
Took
it out
because I've got 3 bodies on my knife.
Oh my God! And then Jay and I are character witnesses to that story. Where they're like, I heard it for the first time. I thought it was a shtick.
That's great that you see it and you go, nope, not my thing at all.
Yeah,
Didn't even have to fucking suck it to find out.
Yeah, it was a concept before that.
yeah.
And then it became a reality.
Have you always been? Now it's funny. I can see my having the same reaction or ever thought where I'm like, no, I can't put anything sexual on a guy at all. Therefore, I am able to go quite further, it turns out, than many people on the laugh of something gay.
Oh, Jay, I would say doesn't have an end to that. It's
like if it would make people laugh and I didn't care, I would say, let me check the time, and I would have Dan's dick wrapped around my wrist. Do you know what I mean? Like if it would make people laugh the most. But like Dan, I might as well ask him if I could set his hand on fire.
Yeah.
He wants no parts of that. But I think it'd be funny. And at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah.
What's the gayest thing you've ever done?
Make it out with Louis J. Gomez.
I mean, hard. Sure. It was a hard.
Sure.
I was there. I was in the wings.
Yeah.
Joe Liss and I were there. Bring up the clip.
But talk about a thing that I'm really like, yeah, you can watch the clip. But talk about something where you're like, when it's done, you are like, yep, I'm not gay, man. It's like
I think being in the same.
And by the way, completely for. If it was, I guess it was like the right acting thing or the funniest thing. It's not that I wouldn't do it again, but I definitely did not enjoy what was happening. And you could see it for sure.
Yeah.
There's no play acting to it. I'm definitely like, oh man, like we're really doing this, but I'm doing
that's not like he's a decent looking guy. If you were gay, you would have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes, absolutely. And that really is the thing that's sad. When you did that night, or rather didn't do that, but when you went out to the Brambles there. It's so disheartening to see, though, that there is no equivalent to heterosexual sex of just being like, I mean, I could really use somebody else to make me come right now, where you can just dip into a certain part of a park.
Yeah.
Or you could always pay for it,
Sure.
but a place where there's just like a woman like sitting there like, I wish someone would just come along and fuck me, like waiting here.
Yeah.
You know, it just doesn't exist.
Yeah. Straight
And
people.
I think honestly that was probably my fixation with trying it. Was I was so fucking horny in college, and I just felt like, wait a minute, there's an arrangement out there where people just suck each other's dicks like at will, and that's what drew me into those woods.
You know what? It's also the same way that college students react to socialism when they hear about it the first time. They're like, "That sounds fucking awesome. I would love. Everyone gets paid."
Well, you know, it's
communism rules,
of
dude.
all things to explore, even the walk to the edge, like you did, to explore is the concept that you go, if you love it,
great.
It's available to you nightly, every day of the week.
That's
like
insane.
Any day you would like to just pop one out.
Yeah.
It's there.
That's why straight people, we learned the hard way when we tried to copy Grindr. We were like, we've got,
Tinder.
And
I swear to God, it's
Grindr
so
was like, dude, this is the pros.
It really is, because Tinder, I asked, when I talk to audiences, man, and they ask Tinder, I always ask when they met on dating apps if they fuck right away. This is like the question I will ask next. And it happens so much. And Tinder, more often than not, they did not fuck on the first day. And that's like exactly what that was supposed to be like, let's fuck tonight.
Yeah, Grindr did that. Grindr showed up. It was like, blow me in the bathroom 20 feet away. And they're
then
like,
bitches came
gotcha.
in, and bitches came in and girled it all up.
You
with
guys came in
feelings and
there with your
dates.
meat W's, and you just
Your bios.
you fucking,
Now, Tinder should be called fucking caffeine-der because you got to meet for a coffee date before you fuck. There's always got to be like that hour-long date that people tell me about where you just sit there. By the end of the date, you both have the breath of a homeless person, and you each need to take a shit. I was getting laid after a coffee day.
yeah, you're just all jumpy and fucking ready to poop.
A first date. Never in a million years would I ever have a first date be during the daytime.
I've done coffee.
As the first
I don't
time?
drink. I don't drink anymore, so I didn't know how to do it. And I was just like, "Do you want to meet
Restaurant.
a whole
never
meal?
really-
A whole meal? If you with this person sucks, coffee. You're like, and I've had dates where I've been like, all right, well, this is fun. You're fucking weird.
You
Yeah.
said that?
No,
At the end?
no.
It is great. You're weird. Hot coffee in your face.
Get out of here, wench. The next one comes in. No, you're like, wow, this was so great. All right, well, I'll call.
Yeah.
I'll call you.
But I'm telling
You're
you.
like, wow, Dan Soder dates some really ugly girls. And it's like, well, they weren't ugly before the hot coffee.
yeah, he scalds them.
But dude, it's so wild. It's such an interesting thing because it is. If you are even, I guess, like what would be officially a bisexual dude, like you could satisfy one end of that all day. It's magnificent. But man, son of a bitch, I just don't want to fuck a guy.
Nope. Been in the room with another wiener and had zero. Like, all right, let's get to that.
Dan gets a little too freaked out, if you know what I'm saying.
I go, I will never do it. I would never do it. Don't touch me. Why
I would do it. My dad didn't do it to me. If
My
that's
dad,
what you think.
my dad didn't do it from 6 to 8 to me. Missionary. It's like being trapped on a pull-out couch bed
Oh yeah, here we go.
when your dad just gives you the
I'm
biz.
sorry to interrupt. Greg, is there anything that's like a quick fix for your mic?
Oh, is it not good?
Yeah, not too
Is
good.
it?
Well,
I
what do you
think-
wait 20 minutes in? We make adjustments on the sound?
Actually, that's us.
That was our fault.
We actually just saw that there's a message and we didn't see it. So that would be the hosts being very
No, wait,
unprofessional.
this is
Yeah, no, it's better. Jacob actually was doing the right thing as a
Is that any
producer.
better?
No.
Lou?
No.
No, it sounds like you're on a speaker or you're being picked up by two mics.
Hold on.
You know what? Should we just take a quick break?
How's that?
Oh, wow.
I would say
Woo! Greg coming in.
Beautiful.
Night and day.
There we go. All right, good.
All right.
I had a Bluetooth speaker on in the office. I didn't realize.
So someone was just getting your audio. Was just getting your voice.
Here's why I'm a bad host, though, because Jacob just did the job that he had to do because he told us.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, I'm not breaking the stride of this for anything.
Yeah,
So,
we were having a fun conversation.
world, enjoy Greg's tinny microphone because we're having a blast.
Yeah.
We lost half your audience. They're all listening to fucking Netflix is not a joke right now. Going, wait a minute, how did this guy get a special?
Yeah.
Oh, and this clip also, Greg, you'll get to see how not into gay stuff Dave Smith is. That's who I have my hand on his shoulder.
All right.
Maybe it should just be me. Maybe I should have my hand on it. Oh, that's great.
Does that mean you're the dad?
I think Liz should have his too.
Is Lewis the mom? Dave's clearly the child.
Oh, yeah, this is
Who
me.
is the
We're
mom
both
and
so
who's the dad?
nervous.
Find out in a second.
Dude, I love that they're taking video. Is it a picture or video?
Is this
That's great. They're taking it like a picture.
It's currently happening?
You morons were taking it like a picture.
I hate that I'm talking
Oh!
over this.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Holy
Half of me is amazed. Half of me is super jealous. Yeah. Dave shot out of that shot. Get it.
When Lewis backed you up on that, though, he came back
you guys
for
look
more.
like fucking county lockup in Maryland.
You're joking me.
Oh!
Dude, I guarantee.
Oh, man.
You laughed about it at the time, and then the next time you guys were like alone in an apartment together, the energy was fucking weird.
Can I tell you something? It strangely wasn't. I agree with that's how it should have went, but I don't know. We just walked away from it and always I'll tell you what, our podcast is so scrutinized, it's a real badge of honor for us. Yeah. That one gets us out of homophobic a lot.
Dude, you guys make out like Japanese porn. That's how
Yeah.
they make out in Japanese porn.
Yeah, a lot. They have another positioning to the camera. You got to turn out to the camera.
Yes,
And they don't use the lips. It's all tongue.
Lewis just waiting, and then he just turns, and then Lewis.
That first whack is really gay.
See, you press your tongue flat, but Lewis comes in sharp.
No, I think that's what I said. We actually lock tongues there. Yeah, it's bad. Damn. Oh, yuck.
Done.
Poor Dave Smith. He's never watched that. Dave's never washed that gay off of him.
Yeah.
Watch
Dave's face really is classically great.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, there you go. See, that was basically you going out looking for a blowjob and then turning around.
That is. If you write a memoir, that's chapter 1 right there.
This is where it all started, honey.
Yeah. This is what I knew.
Greg, being a father yourself, I was. But also, you said your kid. My daughter's 18. Your kids are how old? 18 and.
My daughter's 18 this week. This
week.
Yeah.
And how old's your son?
He's 20.
So yeah, you're years removed like me from like children's books. But I walked by some books in a window of a thing I showed you yesterday, Dan.
Yeah, he showed me where the window is, right outside.
And it was about dealing with showing Down syndrome kids to other kids, so they're used to that and comfortable.
Right.
In schools. But then I started looking into how many subjects. We have a list here of other subjects now that I don't even think even my daughter was a kid. These books were like the weirdest one was Everyone Poops, as far as like subject matter. Like that was kind of weird. But nothing else. They have.
I remember there was one, My Two Dads. That was the provocative one when my kids were little.
And they're like, can you believe they're putting this out? Well, they have gone far beyond that.
Isn't there one? There's someone's like Dad's. It's like Dad's roommate Jeff or something.
Yeah.
Funny how your dad's gay.
Mom's mean friend Barb.
Yeah.
She's fucking so
Mom's
mean.
friend from softball, Barb.
Mom's friend Tiff says I need to shut up, and I don't like her.
Christy, do you have the list of some of these books?
But I like
Subaru in Mom's driveway.
Yeah, but I like going to New York Liberty games, so it's okay.
Okay, we looked at these ones yesterday. Divorce and separation.
Dyslexia
Mom and Dad
and learning
glue.
differences. Yeah,
Dyslexia.
the divorce ones. That's done. That's like
that's
kind of a hack
right.
premise at this point.
Grief and legacy is a sensitive story about the power of memory as a means of healing. As a class learns to remember a beloved teacher.
Oh, so the teacher dies. That's pretty hardcore. That's pretty Tarantino for a kid's book.
It is. There's a lot to put them through.
Yeah.
You really think they probably wouldn't even really have to deal with that. They would just say they were changing teachers.
Yeah,
well, and this is actually the sequel. The original book was about the school shooting that the teacher
yeah, it was called Bullets from Johnny. Description of the fucking 6 lives that were taken.
Which is a sequel to Johnny Has Two Dads.
Yeah. And then, actually, no, that was the one before. There's one in between where they find out, Christopher finds out Johnny has 2 dads. And then he's bullied into Johnny's Bullets from Johnny.
The next subject
this is pretty dark.
Dementia? Really and truly, a story about dementia. An inspiring, tender portrayal of a child dealing with his grandfather's dementia with beautiful illustrations.
Should be called.
The illustration is going to be what his dad is. It's going to show his grandfather looking at him and just seeing a fucking, like, a giant juicy steak or something.
Dude, my friend Brian, when we were growing up, his grandfather lived alone and he had dementia, so we used to have to. And this is back in the days when people had dementia, we still let them live alone. You know?
Crazy.
You remember that shit? I had 2 different friends who had parents with grandparents with dementia that fucking lived alone in the house, and we used to go over Brian's grandfather's house, and he would give Brian like $5 every time he would come over and take out the garbage. We used to go we were supposed to go once a week. We used to go every fucking day.
That's so fucking that's so fucked up but hilarious to be like, yeah, no, I just took it out again. Also, if you need something that's $10, you just wait for the door to shut, and then you ring it again, and you go, I just took out that.
Well, you should just do, by the way, for 4 of those days, you're not going to have to take out the garbage. So you could just ring the doorbell. When he opens, it goes, all right, Just took out the garbage. He goes, oh, okay. Here's
also, I shoveled your driveway. It's snowing out.
Oh, another 5.
Oh, it's winter again.
Yeah. Also, I stained your deck. Really?
Oh,
what was I doing? Oh, you talked to me the whole time, you old salty son of a bitch.
He told me about Eleanor.
Yeah.
I told you about Eleanor.
I miss my Eleanor. Yeah, remember? And I just got back. We just got back. I drove you to her funeral plot. Remember? You're like, yeah. Oh, yes. $5 more here.
Dude, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, so I don't really know if Really and Truly should be the name of the title. More like Screaming Naked Man yells, "Who are you?"
Yeah. Tries to attack you because he thinks you're an enemy.
Bites from Grandpa. It's just a different in the series. What's illness?
Illness.
Like being ill with it? Or
what? By the way, I don't like this title at all. Illness. What's up with James? Medikids explain depression. What's up with James?
What's up with James? James is a real. It's called Wet Blanket. The James story.
Yeah. Why is James being such a pill?
Why does James keep breaking up with me every Monday?
Superhero stories set inside the human body. Medikids comic book tales explain medical conditions in an exciting but factual way, as well as depression. Conditions covered include asthma, epilepsy, autism, and lots more. That's balls.
Yeah, Ronnie.
Inside the body superheroes?
Yeah, well, Ronnie Spaz is the fucking epilepsy book.
Spasmaticator?
Yeah, a superhero with asthma? What's his power? He can never sneak up on anybody.
No, he saves the other superheroes' lives by making them wait to go to the place they are so he can find his inhaler and breathe.
No, he's super. So he's so epileptic that he actually vibrates so fast he disappears from humans can't see him anymore.
Oh, invisibility?
He's vibrating too fast. The human eye can't pick it up.
Someone forgot to put his wallet in his mouth.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I fucking chopped my tongue up like a baby carrot.
What's the next one?
Okay, bereavement.
I mean, I feel like they've had those books about what? About death?
It's called The Coat I Wear, a simple story that uses the analogy of having to wear a very big, heavy, and uncomfortable coat to symbolize the weight of grief.
Watch me shit on it, and then you guys find out I order it off Amazon for me. I'm all.
You start wearing really heavy.
I go. You guys come to my apartment. And you're like, do you have the coat I wear from when we were on the bonfire?
Oh yeah. I just I was like, just for shits and giggles.
Oh,
I'll pick it up and just check it out.
I'm a Mel Maxwell guy, so I usually pay attention to what he does.
I do all. Yeah, I check out all Mel stuff.
See, you should have done this, Greg. You should have put out a child's book called Out in the Woods.
Yeah, Woodsman. Confused Woodsman.
And then the confused woodsman saw another man. And they did that. That other man pulled his penis and balls out of his zipper. Yeah. And then the kids can pull it. Yeah.
Dude, that's so funny that
it's a pop-up book.
Yeah. And then the woodsman said, "No, I don't want to suck them off."
I like the perspective switch on the story. Somewhere that guy tells a story, he goes, I don't know, handsome guys walking through the brambles, got a baby face. I pull my hog out. He doesn't do anything, so I go, oh, he must be a nutsucker. So then I go ahead and pull those bad boys out. Son of a bitch pushes me.
Gets right under my pants.
I'm like, I'm clearly a gay guy in the woods, and I ran.
10 years later, I'm watching Letterman. There's the fucking guy.
The guy got me. That son of a bitch was right there.
That's the guy. They wouldn't take my car. I screamed outside of the I went to the studio.
Brambles. The Brambles. That was the show.
You're like, yeah. He's yelling at during your set. Brambles. He goes, okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Bravery and the right to freedom is the next subject. The right to freedom. That's a heavy subject for kids, too. Malala, a brave girl from Pakistan.
Oh, yeah.
Iqbal, a brave boy from Pakistan. I mean, is this for American kids? Because you got to give them easier names. You're throwing a lot at them on the title.
Well,
alone.
you got to understand.
Iqbal?
They're learning them. They're learning the names so they can get the lesson of. It's the ultimate book of.
No,
your luck.
That.
Be grateful for what you have. That's what those books are.
Fuck that, dude. In America, we put U's after our Q's. Iqbal. We're going to call you Equaball. That's what your name is here. I hope the book explains that. I hope Jeanette Winter got her head out of her snatch long enough to fucking realize that no kid's going to say those dumb names.
Greg,
Not in my America.
Greg, did you ever see anything that your kids, like, at what age were your kids consuming something that you're like, I don't know if that's a good idea if you watch that or, like, listen to that? Were you ever one of those parents? Or just let them rip?
I started to really worry about my daughter when she was like 11. And the thing is, once they have phones, like there's no fucking off switch. Like they're gonna watch whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And there's that one show about like sex crimes.
SVU?
Yeah, SVU. She started watching SVU. I'm like, what? I go, why do you enjoy this? And she's just like, I don't know. I just like, it's the only thing that really like interests me. And
Do you know what's funny? My daughter also always SVU, but like with me, like we've always like watched that together. It was like one of our bonding things when she was young. And we used to do when she was, I'm not lying to you, 12. We had a 2-part harmony if we knew how to do bum 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 bum. But we knew all the little.
Yeah, coming
we knew them all, yeah. And we would sing it together before the show comes on.
Yeah.
Was I a good father? I don't know. I was there.
I mean, they say that shit doesn't matter. I don't know.
Probably not.
They say like video games and that kind of TV doesn't have an effect on kids. All the studies they've done. But my daughter, she's a killer now. She
a sex crimes murderer.
Because she just she mutilates genitalia and just drops bodies.
Right.
By the way, I just picture book about what is this? Courageous Children, Bravery, and Human Rights. All right, so the picture book is bravery. The next subject is hilarious because the title of the book. It's about immigration. It's called The Arrival. It sounds like aliens are showing up to treat them the same way.
Yeah.
You'll be curious to communicate, but they will speak a crazy cryptic language you could never understand.
Do not touch them, for you do not know what diseases they carry on their skin.
A silent graphic novel which tells the story of every migrant, every refugee, and every displaced person with amazingly intricate, haunting illustrations.
Why are they trying to fuck kids up? Why just show them Schindler's List? Make them fucking feel something.
I mean, that's really. Look at this sad look. Look at this dog barking at this immigrant. Right on the cover, they lay into it. That is a Sean Tan. Wow, figures.
And first of all, what
Asian
fucking
kid wrote
decade
it?
What decade is that immigrant coming here
Yeah,
from?
that's
He's
30s.
got like a boxy suitcase.
Yeah. Who carries a suitcase like that anymore?
Yeah. He came over on a steamer.
Yeah.
With big gloves.
He's probably like one of the weird whites that they didn't accept in the fucking 50s where they're like, you're Slovenian, get out of here.
But he cried.
right.
But he cried when he first saw the Statue of Liberty. He cried.
She's so beautiful.
History.
And now his granddaughter.
Now I can open my starter jacket store.
Yeah, in Buffalo. And now his granddaughter's a TikTok star for showing her ass cheeks. So, just like Great Papa wanted.
Second generations always do better.
I'm talking third when they get nasty.
Living with distance from loved ones. That title's great. My daddy's going away. Oh,
is that prison?
Is that what it is? I thought I was just leaving.
To have to go away for work. So maybe that was something. Did you?
Or
you
other reasons.
Or other reasons. They should have put it in quotation.
Daddy's going away. He's going to be spending time with Uncle Mark for a little bit.
Yeah. So he's got
a new job. It pays 5 cents a day.
He's got a new friend that he has to stay with.
Daddy's going away. He met a man in the brambles.
Elderly care.
Oh, so there he goes. I have to go away to work. So his daddy's going away. It helps. It's in support of charity combat stress. So like, that's a good one for like soldiers.
Yeah.
Like I'm going back to war. What
or
think?
Comics.
Daddy's going away. Babies, can you keep your mouth shut if mommy's friend stays over a couple nights a week?
Your new uncles?
Will you guys just buy into that and understand that mommy gets lonely while daddy's out there? He might not even come home, you know. Just so you know, your dad might never come home.
So
he might die out there. So please, don't make a thing if Mark comes over.
Don't make it weird.
Yeah. And when daddy comes home, he might be a little different.
Don't drop any books around him. It could really fuck up his head. Greg, thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
One of the illustrators
All
has
right.
like a knife to his neck.
Hold on. I mean, we have a hard out. Ever since we moved to
damn it.
Faction Talk, they give us like a minute to get out. So make sure you check out Fitzdog Radio and Sunday Papers podcast. You can see them live at Bananas in New Jersey, August 6th and 7th, and then Buffalo Rose in Golden, Colorado, August 26th through the 28th. Sacramento Punchline as well, September 16th through the 18th. Go to gregfitzsimmons.com. Dude, thanks so much for coming on the show. One of our
Great seeing
favorite.
you guys. I'll see you.
Greg,
I'll be in
thank
New
you,
York
man.
in August. We'll hang out.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
please.
That'll be awesome.
See you soon, buddy.
BigJComedy.com. Make sure you get tickets for the Philly Comedy All-Star Celebration. That is in July 29th at 7 p.m. Also featuring Eleanor Kerrigan, Annie Letterman, Aunt Mary Pat, Touré. But go get tickets for Skyline Comedy Club, Appleton, Wisconsin, July 8th through the 10th, and Spokane Comedy Club, July 15th through the 17th. BigJComedy.com.
Dan Soder, Addison Improv in Texas, July 15th to the 17th. Hilarities in Cleveland, the 22nd to the 24th. After that, Sacramento, Madison, Wisconsin, Maryland. For tickets and all tour dates, dansoder.com. We love you guys. We will catch you.
week.
Enjoy the rest of the shows this week.
Happy
But we
4th
will
of
be
July.
back. Happy 4th of July. We will be back on the 12th, live, Monday, with you. Enjoy some best ofs and stuff this
Yeah.
week, Jacob, right? You got something little for him, yeah?
Yeah, we got some good ones picked out.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
fuck yeah.
Drink water. Stay healthy.
yeah.
We love you. Happy 4th of July.
High five Bill Cosby if you see him.
Give him a pound.
You've been listening to SiriusXM's Bonfire. New episodes every Tuesday through Friday mornings and full shows always on SiriusXM.